What's good, everybody? We'll get this going quicker than normal. I'm gonna actually throw this one. I'll wait on this one. We'll see. Um, so I don't know if you guys have been watching, but I've been watching. Not like as aggressively as I thought I was going to do yesterday, but I've been watching enough. There's only one thing you really need to take away. I noticed he's back on. I'm not. He's doing a public statement. I don't care. I'm doing it this way. I'm overscoping the Mueller investigation because I don't want to sit there and watch him talk and read a pre-scripted speech. Jimmy says it right. No wonder Mueller didn't want to testify, right? No wonder Robert Mueller did not want to testify. The Democrats really should have listened. The Democrats really should have listened when Bob Mueller had told them that I don't want to testify, guys. I don't want to do it. I've said what I wanted to say, and there's a reason for that. And I mean, it's sort of sad. He's old. Robert Mueller is old. Robert Mueller is in his 70s, a year younger than Trump, and this task was beyond him. Like he looks 10 years older than Trump, frankly. Here's the thing about Robert Mueller, it's obvious, and it would have been obvious to the people who were working under him. He's not up to the job. He's clearly not up to it. It's like having a supervisor who just isn't even there, who isn't paying attention, who is too tired, who's taking naps in the afternoon and in the evening, who just doesn't really have a handle on what's going on. And so it's an incredibly complicated situation, a complicated investigation. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get somebody who just is too tired. But it reveals something more about what was happening. For a long time, we've thought, weird, Andrew Weissman seems to have his fingerprints all over this investigation. Why is Mueller letting him get away with murder? Well, the answer to that question is Mueller didn't even know what was going on. I don't think Mueller could actually answer questions about the legal theory underlying the obstruction investigation and whether or not Bill Barr had it right. I don't think he could do that. I think at the end of the day, Mueller is still confused about whether or not he truly was, in fact, not indicting because of the OLC opinion that prohibits the indictment of a sitting president, or conversely, was it something different? Was he not being indicted because of the other things that were actually in the report? Like, it's not clear Mueller had a good handle on the report at all. It's not clear he revised it. It's not clear he actually supervised its production. I think at a certain point, he just handed it over to Weissman, and whenever Weissman got done, he's like, whatever, fine, if that's it, that's it. Like, he didn't do the report. He just commented on it. What did he say? So, like, I don't think he did it. I don't think. And even if he says he did it. Yeah, he corrected his statement. I bet he corrected his statement after he got prompted by certain people. Jack is here. Yeah, of course Weissman wanted to take it further. But it shows there's so much that's messed up about this. Again, one of the points. Why did Robert Mueller never talk to the press? Ever, right? No answers to any press questions, ever. Why did that happen? We were told that it was because he's an honorable man, that he's being steadfast and forthright. Ooh, special interview. All right. Well, then I'll make this point really quick. We were told he was being honorable. What if the answer to that question is his deputies knew they couldn't put him out there and let him talk? Literally, Robert Mueller's purpose was to be a Republican, by party, who didn't say anything and looked stern, right? It's entirely optics. Like, it reminds me of what they said about Warren Harding. Like, he just has the face to be the lead of the investigation. Really, this was the Andrew Weissman investigation. Weissman and other people were actually doing the legal work. Mueller was just there. He wasn't meaningfully supervising these people at all. He was just going with their recommendations. But Andrew Weissman couldn't be the lead of this report because Andrew Weissman's a Democrat, and so it would have been obviously partisan. So instead, they got a Republican who's an old man and wasn't supervising anything to be the face of the report. Literally, that's what he is. He's the face. He's like some guy you hired to make it look like it's bipartisan. It was just a part, war hero, right? Unimpeachable integrity. Unimpeachable. He's old. He's clearly wasn't up to it. Clearly doesn't have an understanding of his own report. Also, here's another thing to think about. How upset and how much of a freak out did his handlers have a couple days ago? Like, I realize that very shortly there's going to be somebody testifying with Zebley or whatever, his deputy. That's very uncommon. But that was last minute. You know why? Now you get it, right? Now it becomes clear, why were they last minute trying to get somebody to help him with the testimony? Because he was failing in the moots, right? Like for any sort of committee hearing, any big legal argument, you moot it, right? You do a preparation session where you have people pretending to be committee chairman asking you questions so that you can prepare and get used to the challenge. And those moots must have gone terribly. Absolutely terribly. Like those, the practice moots must have gone so badly. Yeah, moot is like it's like a practice session. It's like a practice debate or a practice hearing. You'll set up in a moot, you'll set up a similar situation. A bunch of congressmen, people playing the role of congressman, asking him questions. Those must have gone so badly because like Mueller's tired and he doesn't have any handle on the report. So they must have clearly realized, oh my God, this is about to be a disaster. And so they probably got the word out to the Democrats that like you need to be very ginger in how you handle him because Mueller does not have a good handle on the report. Like Mueller is not performing well in moots. You bet they heard about this and they realized they had to go through with it because they had announced it. They couldn't announce it and then not go through it because Mueller was failing in his preparation, but they probably changed a lot of the way they were asking the questions to make it as easy as possible. Meanwhile, Republicans have been tearing him to pieces. It has been very impressive. John Ratcliffe did a fantastic job. Mostly it's not a surprise. The lawyers who are on the committee who asked great questions. I think Armstrong from North Dakota asked excellent questions about the bias. Jordan killed him. Ratcliffe destroyed him. I think Don Trump Jr. retweeted that. And I mean, the man just got absolutely destroyed. And I think, I was impressed by the fact that they were going hard after you inverted the burden of proof. You hired a bunch of partisans. Where on earth is this not exonerating? Mueller's like, well, it's a unique situation. I'm like, no. But you just invented something. Anyway, Nunes is up right now. That's a good chance. I'll kind of tune out to go to that. But the fundamental point, and this is what I want you to think about. Mueller wasn't up to it. His deputies would have known that from day one of the investigation, that Mueller was not on top of his game, that he wasn't fully there, that he was tired, that he was an old man, and that they could take advantage of him. Think about what that means for the entirety of the investigation, right? Think about what that means. Think about what that means was done. They knew he was a figurehead. They knew he was out of it. They knew he was old. They knew he was past his prime, and they still went for it. Anyway, I'm gonna start watching. Thanks for watching. Peace.